Hello and welcome to another episode of Talking Politics, a show which appears on the Hindu's YouTube channel and which goes behind the stories making headlines in domestic politics. Now, this week was all about the union budget, and it was also a very political budget, and this episode of Talking Politics will in fact be going into the political implications of the union budget and what it says about the Modi government rather than largely about the economy. Let's first dive into what I felt were the purely political high points of this budget. Now, it was a budget sans poetry. Normally, you have some quotes from, Thirukkural, from the poet Thiruvalluvar, or something or the other. Some poet who is dear to the finance minister's heart, the contemporary finance minister's heart. If you remember, Dr. Manmohan Singh used to quote Victor Hugo several times in his epic-making budget announcing economic reforms. He did quote Victor Hugo there. And Nirmala Sitharaman, the current finance minister, has always also been known to quote poetry during her budget speech, but that was not there. That's because this was a budget that appeared to be very businesslike and very, very focused on the real politic of the political arrangements that have gone into making the NDA a government. The speech, as far as I could make out, kept the focus on addressing youth unemployment and to keep crucial allies, Telugu Desam Party and the Janata Dal United, governing the states of Andhra Pradesh and Bihar respectively, on side with the BJP. Unemployment, lack of avenues for government jobs, and leakage of question papers for recruitment exams when vacancies were announced have been issues that have weighed heavily on the BJP in the recently concluded Lok Sabha elections. In fact, they are carrying on over from the Lok Sabha polls, even in the life of the third NDA, Modi-led NDA government. In the union budget, therefore, this sector was addressed via a series of incentive schemes that would, it is hoped, help young first-time job seekers with finding employment. Now, what are these schemes? Well, an internship scheme with Fortune 500 companies with an allowance of 5,000 rupees per month paid up by the government will be, and a one-time assistance of rupees 6,000 is expected to help generate employment, as is the payment of a month's wage to all persons newly entering the workforce in all formal sectors, to be provided by the government in 3 installments. Now, the second scheme will be applicable to those getting salaries of up to rupees 1 lakh per month. This move is expected to benefit about 2.1 crore young people. Incentives directly paid out to employees and employers in the first 4 years of employment will be paid out for those entering the manufacturing sector, with those producing additional employment across sectors for jobs within a salary of rupees 1 lakh per month, and they are to be provided rupees 3,000 per month for 2 years by the government to cover EPFO charges. Skilling of more youth and education loans of up to 10 lakhs for higher education in domestic institutions with an annual, an e-voucher with an annual 3% interest subvention on these loans was also announced. Now, the opposition was quick to point out that the incentives for internships and first-time employees announced by the finance minister were uncannily reminiscent of the Congress party's Lok Sabha manifesto promise of Pehli Naukri Pakki, of paid internships in top companies. It's a copy-paste budget, was the comment made by leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi. NDA allies TDP and JDU were, of course, quite happy with the allocations that their state governments had got under this budget. Now, both parties with 16 and 12 Lok Sabha MPs respectively are crucial to the stability of the BJP-led NDA government. For Andhra Pradesh, the goodie bag included a financial assistance package of rupees 15,000 crores, more funds to complete the Polavaram project, special packages for backward area development for Rayalaseema, Uttarandhra and Prakasam districts, enforcement of guarantees made in the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act of 2014, along with special assistance to nodes in the Visakhapatnam-Chennai Industrial Corridor and the development of industrial centers of Kopparthi and Oravakullu, with a special project for Andhra Pradesh through the Purvodaya scheme. Bihar, on its part, will be getting rupees 26,000 crores for roads and highways development, including the Patna-Purnia Expressway, the Buxar-Bhagalpur Highway, the Bodh Gaya-Rajgir Vaishali Darbhanga Highway, and a 2-lane bridge over the Ganga in Buxar. Funds for building schools and hospitals will also be provided, along with developing the Vishnupath Temple Corridor and the Mahabodhi Temple Corridor on the lines of the Kashi Vishwanath Temple Corridor. These have been approved. Nalanda and Rajgir will also be developed, and Ms. Sitharaman announced to the thumping of desks by her allies. Both Chief Ministers N. Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar rained praises on Prime Minister Modi. They felt that the support that they had extended to the government had been paid off. The opposition was quick to point out in subsequent debate on the union budget and public pronouncements over it that the Modi government had been overly generous to their allies, buying a sort of insurance for the continuation of the NDA government at the cost of other states. Ms. Sitharaman vociferously defended herself and said that other states had also got a large portion of the budget, but that not every state could be mentioned in the budget speech. Politically, what struck out for me in this budget presentation was the fact that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his appointments of his ministers and even in his own PMO, kept to tried and tested people from his previous terms. When he had a 303 seat majority. This was a bid to project that it was business as usual, that the mandate of 2024 of 240 seats to the BJP was the same as it had been in 2019 when the BJP got 303 seats. But this was not held up by the budget presentation. The worries over employment that plagued the government right through the Lok Sabha polls and the dependence on its allies for the stability of the government have been kept at the forefront of this budget exercise. While individual appointments say something, the budget document to do with real money and influence appear to be dripping with political pragmatism. Now, the union budget is as much a political exercise as it is economic, and the BJP-led government has demonstrated that whatever the outward rhetoric, the government itself is conscious that they are in coalition territory. How this plays out later will be a political power play to watch out for. For this week, however, this is all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next week.